Right, well, George R.R. Martin, the creator of Game of Thrones, or at least the books anyway, yeah, pretty based, to be honest. Pretty based. George R.R. Martin blasts Hollywood, nukes them, screenwriters and producers, for believing they can improve source material and, quote, they make it worse. Yeah, I mean, he's largely true. Like, that is right. Largely correct. I think. I don't know if there's been an adaptation that has been better than the source material. I'd have to have a really long, hard think about that. I genuinely don't think there is. So, kudos to him. I mean, the thing about George R.R. Martin is, right, look, everyone rags on him for not completing his final book, right? And I get that. Like, that's a separate conversation. That can be completely accurate and legitimate criticism of the man, whilst also accepting that these statements are completely true. Because they are. So let's take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here, guys, and turn the bell notifications on. You like what I do? Please do support further via Patreon. It's the first link down below, and you can help out for as little as $2 a month, which is less than a coffee. So yeah, help out. Anyway, let's take a look, right? So George R.R. Martin has been bashing Hollywood writers and producers for believing, and quote, they can improve on the source material of standout authors such as Ian Fleming, Stan Lee, J.R.R. Tolkien, and others when they attempt to adapt their stories to film or television. Good. Brilliant. Isn't it funny? Sorry, just like flicking between pages. Isn't this funny that people are now just saying everything that we've been saying for God knows how long? Like, that narrative eventually starts to come and sort of permeate into the everyday life. Good. He's not wrong. So in a recent blog post, Martin decried, everywhere you look, there are more screenwriters and producers eager to take great stories and make them their own. Which is always defeats the object. You can't make something your own if people liked it and there's a fan base built in. The very reason you're adapting it in the first place is because there is very clearly an audience for it. And it defeats it's so against everything, the whole purpose of the inception of a new movie or an adaptation, to be like, well, I'm going to make it my own at that point. Right. But if they wanted yours, you'd have your own thing. They want that particular one. Don't make it your own, just adapt it. That's what you do. It does not seem to matter whether the source material was written by Stan Lee, Charles Dickens, there's some of that going around as well, Ian Fleming, Roald Dahl, Ursula K. Le Guin, J.R.R. Tolkien, Mark Twain, Raymond Chandler, Jane Austen, or, well, anyone. No matter how major a writer it is, no matter how... I like this. He says, no matter how great, no matter how major a writer it is, no matter how great the book, there always seems to be someone on hand who thinks they can do better. I mean, if they were that good, they'd have their own novels, wouldn't they? They don't. He's right. Eager to take the story and improve on it. What bloody epic dialogue from George R.R. Martin. He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. Again, like I said, it defeats the very object of taking something and adapting it. You found something that's popular. Why is it popular? Because of what it is. At its very core. How it's structured. You know, contextually. The vocabulary being used. The writing style being used. All of these things. It's popular for that reason. And people go, go take that. Put my own spin on it. Why? What are you doing? You spaz. Yeah, I love it. There's such great comments. He continued, the book is the book, the film is the film, they will tell you, as if they were saying something profound. Then they make the story their own. They never make it better, though. Oh, he's not wrong. 999 times out of 1,000, they make it worse. This is completely true, actually. Genuinely, completely true. I cannot think of one time something is better than the source material. Can you? Like, I obviously, you know, when I come into doing a video, I do a little bit of prep, obviously. And I was having a think about movies there genuinely is nothing that I can think of where the adaptation is better than the source material. Literally nothing at all. Nothing at all. One which comes to mind, which is has arguably done very, very well, would be Hellraiser, which was adapted from the Hellbound Heart. But even then, it's not better than the Hellbound Heart. There are elements which were left out and changed, and technically speaking, it was adapted by the author of the Hellbound Heart, Clive Barker. And that's the closest thing I can think of. And again, I'm sure there's people screaming at the screen something else, but leave it down below. I can't think of one. They are all infinitely worse. Anyway, he did note that sometimes they do indeed get it right, as he praised FX's recent Shogun adaptation. I don't think that one counts. Right? He does say, once in a while, though, we do get a really good adaptation of a really good book, and when that happens, it deserves applause. Came across one of those instances recently when I binged the new FX's version of Shogun. I think the author would have been pleased. Both old and new screenwriters did honour to the source material and gave us terrific adaptations, resisting the impulse to make it their own. But that's the thing, isn't it? They didn't really change anything. And not... The thing about Shogun and why I don't think it counts. The reason why I don't think Shogun counts is the Clavel books are an adaptation and fictionalization of history. Right? So they take core historical elements, characters, people, etc., and then dramatise them. So I don't know necessarily if that counts. And also, they didn't really change much. It wasn't like a make it their own thing. It was just an adaptation of the same thing. It was, yeah. Maybe that's the closest then, I guess. But I still don't think that, strictly speaking, counts. I don't know. But there you go. I mean, there's some other element here about how other sort of books and things like that, and his books and such for Game of Thrones, etc. I don't know. I don't know whether look, the guy's a legend for saying this. He still needs to finish his book. Of course he does. Absolutely. But this is legendary comments. Based. Absolutely based. Completely right. Saying what everyone thinks. There you go. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Is there an adaptation that you can think of that's better? Love to hear it. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.